Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a Works book haul. So I purchased quite a few books from the Works and I thought I would include them in a separate haul as opposed to putting them in my August or September book haul. As I say, there's quite a few books here and I just wanted to share them and thought I would put them in a separate video. I'm sure you all know, if you've been watching my channel, I really love the Works. They do some books at great prices, although they have been increasing their prices recently and their price increases have jumped quite a bit. They are still really affordable and really great place to pick up some books, and also they do some really pretty sprayed edge editions that you don't get elsewhere. So I absolutely love shopping there. I'm really excited for some upcoming releases that are coming out in September that have gorgeous sprayed edges that I hope to get my hands on. But without further ado, I'm going to just share with you the books I currently have. I'll leave a link down to their website below. I'm not sure if all of these books will still be available online. Sometimes their stock can be quite limited online, so some things sell out quite quickly. But you may still be able to pick up, if they're not available online, you may still be able to pick them up in your local store. So let's start. There are a couple of kind of series box sets which I picked up. The Works do a lot of these and for really affordable prices. I can't remember the prices of everything, but if I remember I'll put them on screen, the price that I paid. So the first box set that I have is the Sugar Lake series by Emily McIntyre. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know that I have the indie version of the first book and I read it in, I think it was in June or July, and I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't my favourite from the author, but I liked it enough to want to continue on with the series. Ideally, I would love to have all of the indie editions because I love the covers for those, but they're out of print now. Because they've been picked up by a traditional publisher, and I do really like the covers for the traditionally published ones. They're not as pretty as the indie editions, but they are still pretty, you know, they are still quite pretty. So here we have the first book, which is Beneath the Stars. I do like that they've kind of kept with the, although obviously the picture on the front cover and the colours are different, they have kind of kept with the theme of the original covers, which I do really like. So that's the first one. Then we have Beneath the Stands, which is book 2. Beneath the Hood, which is book 3. I really love the colours on these ones, I will say. And then Beneath the Surface. So really love the covers of these, and I think that this series will look really nice with her new book that's coming out in September called Burning Daylight. The cover for that ties in really nicely with these, even though they are obviously separate. It's not within the same series, it is completely separate, but the covers will tie in really nicely. So I'm glad to have those. And then the next series I got was the Kings of the Ice series by Candy Steiner. I haven't read any of the books in this series yet, but I saw them, and again, I can't remember the price, but they were really reasonable, so I wanted to pick them up. And I do like the covers for these as well. So the first one we have is Meet Your Match. Then we have Watch Your Mouth, Learn Your Lesson, and Save Your Breath. And these are all obviously sports romances. All I think they are all ice hockey romances, following different people on the team. So really looking forward to picking up those. I think there is another book in this series that's not been released yet, but really happy to have those in my collection. And then I'll just run through the rest of the books that I've got. So I have Write Me For You by Tilly Cole. This is Tilly Cole's newest release, and I really love the cover for this one. And this one has really pretty sprayed edges with this kind of ombre effect, which I absolutely love. I don't know what this one is about, as with all of the books on here pretty much, but I have read 1,000 Broken Pieces. No, I haven't read that one yet. 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, which I did really like, and I wanted to check this one out. I think it sounds like, looking at the back, it sounds like it's going to be an emotional read, because it says, the kind of tagline here at the back, it says, because even when your heartbeat stops, a true love story never dies. So I feel like this is going to be an emotional read, so we'll need to be in the right frame of mind to check this one out, but I'm looking forward to picking that one up at some point. Then we have Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. So this is actually the only book I think in this haul that I have actually previously read. I read this one originally from the library, and I didn't really necessarily intend to pick up a copy of it, because I did only give it 3 stars. However, I thought it was a fun read, definitely perfect for the autumn, and I just couldn't refuse this paperback copy. And also it has these gorgeous sprayed edges. I really like the design on these, and you can see the little cat on there, and I just thought this cover was too pretty to refuse, so that's why I picked that one up. Then we have Rumoured by Kelly and Christina Mancaruso. I don't know too much about what this is about, but the cover really spoke to me, and again it has a pretty sprayed edge. It's pink with this sky scene, which I absolutely love, and I think the cover's really striking with the colours on here. So I don't know what it's about, as I say, but I am looking forward to checking this out. It says on the back that it's perfect for fans of Ellery Lloyd and Holly Jackson, so we'll see. It says it's told from the perspective of an investigative journalist with a vested interest in this case. It looks like it features a pop star and murder, all those good things, so can't wait to dive into that one. Then we have The Hotel Where We Met by Belinda Jones. I think this one was part of the 3 for £7.50 deal. It used to be 3 for £5, but as I say, they have increased their prices. And I think this was part of that deal, and I needed like 1 extra book, so that's why I picked this one up. This one just looks like it's going to be a fun summer romance. I quite like the cover on this one. It's an interesting art style, I feel like. So looking forward to checking out that one. And then I'm pretty sure these were the other 2 books that were in that deal, and they were Unsteady and Unloved by Peyton Corinne. I have heard nothing but good things about these 2 books, and I haven't read them yet, and I just had to pick them up. As I say, they are part, I'm pretty sure they were part of the 3 for £7.50 deal, so I just couldn't refuse picking up these. I believe that these are sports romances, and I cannot wait to dive into those at some point. Don't know when I'll get to them, but I'm looking forward to checking them out. Then we have Let's Make a Scene by Laura Wood. This is Laura Wood's latest adult romance. I've read quite a few of her books now. She originally wrote for young adults, but then she has written a couple of adult romances. This one is her most recent one. The other one was called Under Your Spell, which I did really enjoy, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Again, this one had a pretty sprayed edge, which was one of the reasons that I decided to pick it up from the works. I absolutely love this colour combination. Pink and red are 2 of my favourite colours that go together, so looking forward to checking that one out at some point. Then we have Four Ruined Realms by May Corland, and this one I believe is, well, it's the 2nd book in a fantasy series. I don't know too much about it. I'm not even sure if this is fantasy romance or if it is just fantasy, but again, I picked this up because of the sprayed edge, so I will show that to you. Oh, sorry, turned that the wrong way. So it's purple with this really pretty design. I'm not sure what, if it's kind of like samurai inspired, I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of like the vibe I get from the image on there. I do have book 1 on my shelf here, which had a similar sort of design, so I'll just show you those together. This one was, book 1 was also from the works, and I knew that I just wanted to have the complete set, because hopefully I will like this series. If not, we'll be getting rid of them, but I am excited to check this out at some point. There's a few authors on the that have like written blurbs for it that I have read from before, so I'm looking forward to checking that series out at some point. And then the last book I have is Ride the Wave by Catherine Riley. This one is a surfing romance, I believe. 12 years ago, he was a world champion surfer until a tabloid scandal wiped out his career. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. This one again also has a pretty sprayed edge, which just screams summer. I mean, I know it's not summer anymore, but this book just screams summer to me. So I'm not sure if I'll get this read this year or I'll save it for next summer, but I really wanted to check it out. I read Match Point from this author last year, maybe even the year before, and I had a good time reading that. That was a tennis romance, so I'm looking forward to checking out this one from her as well. And they are all of the books that I have recently purchased from the works. Let me know if you've picked up anything recently or if there are any releases that you're looking forward to coming into the works. I know that they are doing a sprayed edge edition of The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore, which I can't wait to get my hands on, and also People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. They're the two that I'm really anticipating. I know they've currently got Quicksilver in store with I think silver sprayed edges with the kind of new cover. I've got the original cover, but they've got that in store as well. And yeah, they're the two that I'm most excited for, but I'm sure they will be having some more sprayed edge editions being launched soon, and I can't wait to see what they have out next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.